Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down.
Hello everybody and welcome to my video. This is Craftmas Day something. I'm not positive which day it is, but I'm gonna do something that I've never done on my channel before, and that is share my wedding album. So I don't think that I have ever shared this. I looked back on my videos and didn't see any videos where I just specifically did a walkthrough of this. This is in a post-bound album. You can see it's very aged. It's turned yellow. I really need to get it out of this album and put it in a different album for sure. This sits out. It's usually in our room all year long, but during the Christmas season, I take it out, I bring it in my office, and then I put out a Christmas album in our bedroom that matches our Christmas decor that is in our bedroom. So I thought I would share this album. It is all traditional. It was done before there was pocketed pages, and so it's all traditional, and I finished it the year after we got married. We got married in 2006. And I finished it the following year. I finished it before I had Kayla. And so I'm really glad that I did that and just got it finished. I had collected all of the wedding stuff that I was going to use. I used a lot of my Cricut and really enjoyed doing this album. So this was our invitation, and then this was 2 little Cricut images. This was the handkerchief that I had, and it is stained with makeup and tears, and so it has mascara on it and makeup, and I just put that at the very beginning. I know there's a bit of a light coming through. I'm going to try to keep myself leaning forward to block it. So all of the die cuts you see were done with my Cricut, and I typed out all of my journaling. All of the paper was from one collection. I don't even know what it was. I did a black, white, and gray theme. Our wedding colors were black, white, and pink, and so those are the colors of the album. This was when we got engaged, and I just took that photo. I did a timer and took the photo. So that was our engagement story, and then this was all the prep for it. So this is what we registered. That receipt has held up really well. And then this was trying on my wedding dress, which, fun fact, I got off of eBay for $100. And it was great. I had somebody who made a thing for the arms. I didn't like my arms. I look back and I'm like, oh, if only my arms looked like that now. But I didn't like my arms and didn't want to have a sleeveless dress, so she made something. But fun, right? So we were very, very broke. We paid for our wedding ourselves and we had nothing. So we did lots of cheap things. Here's a picture of my shoes. Now these shoes Violet has, and she wears them around all the time. And I laughed. I'm not a high heel person. And I said my dress had lace at the bottom that it couldn't be hemmed because of the lace work on it and the beading work. And so I had to get stripper high heels. And I only wore these down the aisle and then they came right off. I did not wear them. I did a calendar, so if you have followed my channel long, you know I love my calendars. And here is a calendar of the month before our wedding. And it just has all of the things that I was doing and different things that we did, like we got Esau's ring. I had my bottom wisdom teeth out. That was fun. We had marriage counseling that we were doing, and we were living 4 hours apart. So this was the April calendar. This was the May calendar. We lived 4 hours apart, and we were planning a wedding. And then here are my bridesmaids, and we went bridesmaids dress shopping. We had a wedding shower, so there were cards. This was from the church bulletin. I haven't looked at this in a really long time. For those of you who have followed me for a while, there's Wendy and I. Wendy and I, fun fact, lived together for a little while I was actually, when I met my husband. We were actually living together. We worked getting the church put together. And they played. All the guys were out shooting and hanging out when we were getting the church together. This was the rehearsal. We had people that were coming from like 4 hours away. This is Samuel Fregosa. Now he does like commercials, and he does songs, and he's kind of in the mainstream famous people. Funny. And the song that I walked down the aisle to, he wrote, and I asked him to sing it, and he did. I went to church with him. He was the pastor of my church. This was his son. And so it's funny because this is the song, and he had written this song, and I asked him to sing it for us, and he came in and sang it. And then that was a friend of my husband's that sang with him. And then just rehearsal. And then our rehearsal dinner. And then this is getting ready. Most of these photos, a lot of them Wendy took. She did the photography at our wedding, and then my husband's uncle did as well. And then this photo here, I edited myself and made it black and white, and then made my flowers color, did the color. And then I just did this up. We didn't really have a whatever brochure. What is it called? Like whatever, like, not menu and not brochure, but so I just did this up, and it had, the songs and, who officiated and the groomsmen's and all of that. And then we did our unity candle, and I did the meaning of the unity candle. So I typed all that out and put it in here. And then this was walking down the aisle. I love this photo. She's basically like my mom. I grew up with Mike and Carol, and Carol's playing the piano, and she took this photo looking through the piano of Mike and I walking down the aisle, and that was very special. I really love that photo. I am a sucker for really unique photo, like angles of photos. I often take different angled photos. Like, I like to play around with that. I think they're really interesting. If you just tilt your camera a little bit, or you have your camera looking like how she looked through the piano, I just think it adds a lot of interest to photos, and I really love that. So this was our actual ceremony. Here we are. The ceremony. I love this silhouette. I did this on the Cricut. Again, all of it was done on the Cricut. I used a lot of rub-ons. That was like at the height of like when rub-ons were a thing. And then just more of the ceremony here. These were very, very elaborate, traditional, layered, die cut pages. I'll have more photos on my website if you want to check out some photos. I know it's a little hard to see. I'm probably going a little fast, but if you want to see them up close, you can see those on my website. And then us doing the unity candle, more of the ceremony. Those shoes, they even tore up you can see like right there, it's torn. You might not be able to see it on video, but the runner, the white runner, my shoes just tore the entire thing up. It snagged and they tore up. I can lay that flat now. This is, she's basically like my sister. I grew up with her, and I do consider her like a sister. So we have that, and then the flower girl and the ring bearer, which was a last minute situation. And then I loved this. This was like a frame. So I had collected all of these fun like embellishments and these like black and white sort of thing. Like I had collected them for the year and a half before I started putting the album together. And then this here, and there's a couple other pieces that are like this that were, it was a pretty big brand of stickers. Back, you know, this was, you know, 15 years ago, 17 years ago. I don't know. It was a long time ago. And they used to have these, and they'd come in little sets, and like this was a wedding party set. And then I think I have another one in here that was something else. Yeah, see, this is the wedding party, and it's the groomsmen, and then it had the stickers. So we got some really fun photos. And then this was flowers and this vellum piece, and then the bridesmaid, and I used those, and that was really fun. And a lot of photo matting and black and white mixed with colored photos. So I really loved that. And then I used all the same font and did all of the journaling in the same font. So then I think I ended with that. And it's pretty thick. It's a good thickness, and it definitely, you can see the bottom here. It's heavy, and so this has, because of keeping it out, it sits on a shelf like this, and so the heaviness of this, it definitely has like warped it, and you can see the album is just coming apart, and it's filthy. What I will do is when I take these pages out, I will do exactly like, and see this one is even ripped. When I change the album for this, what I'll do is I'll take these pages out. I will attach them to just plain white cardstock that is a little bit thicker, and then it will be more sturdy, and then I will use better page protectors. These are just cheap page protectors that came with the album. I wasn't as picky back when I did this album with my page protectors, and then there was really only postbound albums that, I mean, that's really all, that was the only option. And so as I got more into memory keeping, one of the things that I'm super picky about is my page protectors, and I only use 2 brands of page protectors. That is the Ali Edwards page protectors that she sells, the 9x12, and she sells some other sizes, and then the 12, any of the other 12x12 stuff that I get is Becky Higgins. And then I do have a humongous stash of Stampin' Up! Page protectors that are 6x8, and they're pretty good. I don't really have much complaints with them, but I've even transitioned to starting to use Becky Higgins 6x8 page protectors, and I just like them all to match, and I like them all to be the same quality. And this is a perfect example. Our albums in this house are looked through. We grab them, my kids grab them, we look at them. All of this work I do does not just sit on a shelf. My kids have always pulled the albums down and looked through them, and they know they're gentle with them, but you know, things just deteriorate over time. And I'm not worried about this warping of this down here. That's gonna happen. These aren't plated in gold. They're not gonna last forever. Things are gonna get warped. I just do the best that I can to preserve them. And the kids are careful with them. We're careful when we pull them down, but we definitely look through them, and I don't mind that wear and tear on them. So that is my wedding album from many, many years ago. Again, I do need to swap out the album and the page protectors, and I'll probably make that a priority this next year since it's really starting to come apart. So I hope you enjoyed seeing these layouts. If you want to see photos of these layouts, you can go over to my website. The blog post will be listed in the description below. I hope you're enjoying Craftmas, whatever day that we're on, and I'll be back with another video for this month, and I hope you're all having a wonderful December. I will catch you in my very next video. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. There are 2 other videos here on the screen that you can check out. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. That helps YouTube be kind to me, and I would love it if they would be kind to me this Christmas season. I hope you're all having a wonderful start to December, and I will catch you in my next Craftmas video.